I had to get away from task lists. Like task lists are cool when you're looking at like a team, like who's got to do what, and got a project manager maybe looking at that for like a team sense. Like it makes sense. There's a point in it, but at an individual level, I think tasks are actually counterproductive because like you just get this task list and it's almost like inundating. And everyone has that thing where you check off one task and 10 more things get added to your list. Like everyone has that. And so like for me, I just get anxiety looking at the amount of tasks that are on my task list, you know? And so I'll just look at what I do is I take a look once a week, typically on Sunday. If I'm traveling, it might be Friday into Friday or something, but I kind of tee up. This is loosely what Monday is going to look like, loosely what Tuesday is going to look like. I know it won't be perfect because sometimes things will take longer or whatever, but I'm going to loosely say, these are the things that I'm doing next week. And I put them on the calendar, right? I start my day with a deep work block. So from 8 in the morning to 12, there's no appointments available on my calendar. This is like notifications are off. This is just me time. And that's the time where I can record content. I can write a video script. I can work on some strategic things, SOPs, training, whatever it is I need to do, right? But it's something I determine and I think is going to move the needle in me or my business or both. And then I put those things there. And then like after that part, it ends up getting meetings and whatnot, you know, to sales meetings, leadership meetings, team meetings, project meetings, whatever. And then what I do is at the top of every day before 8 is I'll refine what that day is going to be. You know, maybe someone canceled an appointment. I actually had that earlier, a couple hours ago. Someone canceled an appointment. I had an extra hour, so I just put a little drug of workbook. So I'm going to do this here instead. You know, so I do those things. But like for me, like my task is they're not really tasks. It's just what's on my calendar, and I found that to work so much better.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, 100%. I mean, if anyone's listening to that and you didn't have an epiphany moment where you need to go immediately to your calendar and start implementing some of that, like just execute on that side of it.
I got that from this guy at this conference years ago. I forget the guy's name. I remember the company he founded is a landing page software called 10-Minute Pages. And the guy was a founder of that. And he talked about like how he did time blocking. And I was like, whoa. And from that point on, I've been doing it. And it's just revolutionary.
Love that. There's a gentleman that he's a friend of mine. His name is Jason Evers. And I was listening to him speak at a conference. And one of the things that he brought up for me just really kind of struck me. And that is there's no shortage of things you can have on your to-do list. Everyone will add something to it. You get emails every day. And he's like, you know what the E stands for? Everybody else's agenda. Like when you get an email, everybody else is asking something of you. It's fitting their agenda. It's a request. It's a demand. It's a, inquiry. Like it's everyone else's. And the second part of it, he said, that was really transformational for me is he said, you should have a stop doing list instead of a to-do list. And if you have things that are draining of your energy, are low leverage tasks that are part of just the day-to-day operations inside of your business, they're tasks that you can delegate to somebody else for a substantially lower, value per hour type of a task. And you just start being really strategic about these are all the things I need to stop doing. Well, how do I stop doing this task? Who can I delegate it to? How can I automate it? How can I put a system in place where that gets tucked underneath of someone else? Or how can I go find someone to bring in to now own that part of the business so that my time is now freed up and I can work on these really high leverage tasks that nobody else in my company is doing? And a lot of people say, well, I just don't have time. I don't have time. It's fantastic. What are you expecting to happen? It's just going to manufacture itself one day? That's never going to happen. Like,
I know.
When you have a vacuum of space, it pulls stuff in. If you have a hole on your calendar, things are going to get sucked into it. Yeah, it's going to get filled. Yep. Instead, you have to be very, very intentional at playing like the swap game, and you're swapping out time, not just for the sake of, well, okay, now I can just relax and just go hang out on the beach per se, unless you've gotten to that part where you've earned that. But instead, it's like, now I'm going to replace that time that I've bought out with a high leverage activity. And almost all of those things have to do with working on the business, being strategic, putting in systems, thinking through the financial side of your business, dashboards, KPIs.
That's all. That's where I spend 90% of my time. Like every time I add an SOP for the team, or record a piece of content for social media, or meet with the production team, or meet with the sales team. Like that is my highest leverage activities. Those
Yeah.
things are building into the team and training and developing. That's where it's really all at. Yeah. So I heard something similar. I approach what you do too. I heard, and I can't remember who said this either. It was probably a social meme that I grabbed it from, because I don't remember the name. But someone had positioned a eliminate, delegate, automate, do, and it should go through that model. So the task comes to you, right? First thing you should be trying to do is just eliminate it. Does this even need to be done? How many tasks do we do every day that don't even really matter at all? Like, not even just get somebody else to do it. Like, you don't have to do it. There's tons of those. I do them all the time. I'm like, why did I even bother? Like, it just doesn't, like what is that one pixel adjustment on that website gonna do? Like nothing, like absolutely nothing. Why did I waste my time?
Actually going to move the needle?
Yeah, that's not doing anything, right? So there's a lot of silly.
That's hard to do, by the way. There's a lot just tacked underneath just that one thing where people could.
Right.
Really
I know you might remove 10, 20, 30% of your crap just by that. Like, does this really need to be done by anybody?
Yeah.
If we do this, will a week or a month or a year later, will anyone notice or care, or will it drive the needle up? If no, you probably don't need to do it at all. Mm-hmm. And then if it does need to be done, if it's still like, yep, it needs to be done, then you want to try to automate it or delegate it. And that just depends on, like, if it's a one-off thing that can be done by somebody else, you delegate it. If it's a thing that happens over and over and over again, some sort of automation, your CRM's app or something should be automating it, right? And then if
AI agents. AI agents
is a new thing that I'm playing with. Yeah, we're doing a bunch of AI agents, all kinds of repetitive things. So we have CRM do a bunch of automation. We have Zapier, and we're launching and doing some new AI agents. Dude, I have an AI texting agent in my Go High level. I got an AI phone agent taking phone calls. Is it perfect? No, but it reduces the amount of time drastically. And everyone knows it's an AI. It's cool. It's open with it, but it still gets to the point. Still gets to the finish line. It does what it's supposed to do.
Right.
But if all of those are not satisfied, if it's something that must be done, so you can't throw it out there, you can't automate it because it's a one-off problem, and no one else has a skill set or knowledge to be able to do it, then that means that you as a business owner should be the one to do it. You know what I mean? And I use that filter as much as possible, and it saves me tons of time. Mm-hmm. I'm not perfect. I'll still do things that I probably should have. Sometimes it's also just manpower. Like,
not perfect. Dang,
Micha. I know, right?
I think get your stuff together.
I should. One of these days I'll be like Brandon.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think the biggest failure point I have in that method, trying to apply it, is like, there'll be things that, like, I should delegate, but I just don't have the manpower in my team to delegate it. So I still end up doing it. That's the absolute number one thing that ends up on my plate that shouldn't, is just because my team is not as big as it will be. It's growing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they'll be like, oh, well, there's a deadline this person should take it, but they can't. So I'll just go ahead and do it. And I probably shouldn't, but that happens for me. But in a perfect world, I think it's a great filter. Great filter. Hey, if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. If you're looking for help growing your contracting business, I invite you to join my free community. In there, we go live with amazing trainings, share resources and downloads, plus you get free help from me and from peers. That link is down below to join, and we'll see you in the next video.